When a factory floor adopts lean manufacturing, the physical reality changes immediately. Machines are moved closer together, inventory drops, and parts flow faster. But the financial metrics tracking that floor often remain stuck in the past. Traditional standard cost accounting systems are built for mass production. When applied to a lean environment, they generate what we call informational waste, data that is technically accurate but actively misleading to management. If a cell team reduces their machine changeover time by 30 minutes, you will not see that improvement on a monthly P&L statement. Aggregate financial data smears those daily, hard-won operational victories into broad overhead allocations. A true lean operating model runs strictly on root cause problem solving, continuous improvement, and establishing physical flow and pull on the floor. You cannot sustain that level of operational agility if you measure it with lagging, variance-based metrics. The tools used to evaluate success have to match the mechanics of the operation itself. That requires adopting a lean management accounting system. If the company's financial language remains misaligned with its operational reality, any attempt at a lean transformation will eventually stall. The operators and the accountants must speak the same language. To understand how this alignment works, we look at the structural bridge between a broad lean strategy and a daily lean operating model. The lean management accounting system acts as the connective tissue locking the two sides together. Implementing this framework requires dismantling traditional siloed cost centers and reorganizing the financials around cross-functional value streams. It also requires abandoning convoluted allocation spreadsheets in favor of a single unified operational dashboard. This dashboard is the box score. It uses a distinct three-tier architecture to organize operational and financial data. By forcing management to evaluate operational performance, capacity changes, and actual financials in a single interconnected view, the box score prevents the isolated, poor quality decisions that plague traditional accounting. Looking at the top section, we find the value stream performance measurements tier. We anchor our analysis strictly in physical reality. Instead of dollars, this section tracks weekly, non-financial metrics like productivity per person, on-time shipment, and first-pass quality. These numbers provide undeniable proof that lean operating practices are taking hold. If a standard work procedure is effective, the defect rate drops here first. Tracking inventory days provides management with a direct measurement of physical product flow, a primary objective of any lean system. But there is a crucial catch. Improving your on-time delivery or lowering your defect rate does not automatically deposit cash into the bank. Operational improvements are mathematically disconnected from the bottom line until management understands the exact resource those improvements generate, time. That brings us to capacity. This variable is frequently ignored by traditional accounting, yet it is the engine of lean economics. Moving down to the middle tier of the box score, we find the value stream capacity framework. When you reduce a machine changeover from an hour to 10 minutes, you haven't saved money outright. You freed up 50 minutes of time. This tier tracks that time across three strict categories: productive time spent making the product, non-productive time spent on setup, and available time. The mathematical relationship is absolute. As Tier 1 improvements eliminate waste, your non-productive time shrinks, which directly forces available time to expand. Quantifying this freed capacity forms the core of lean financial thinking. However, freed capacity is latent potential. Having more available time on a machine yields zero profitability until management actively decides how to deploy it. Now we reach the final translation step, where operational changes meet economics. The bottom tier of the box score contains the value stream financials. Notice that these line items, materials, labor costs, machine costs, are recorded as strictly actual costs. The system completely discards theoretical standard cost allocations. When the available capacity identified in Tier 2 is combined with a strategic decision, like fulfilling a surge in new orders, it directly alters the revenue and profit metrics tracked here in Tier 3. This sequence creates a framework called box score thinking. It serves as a predictive tool designed specifically for the plan, do, check, adjust cycle. Before executing a change, management asks a structured sequence of questions. How will an operational tweak impact our capacity? How will that capacity affect our variable costs? And ultimately, what is the impact on cash flow? By integrating these tiers, the box score lets management mathematically predict the exact financial outcome before moving a single machine on the floor. This visualization maps the actual economics of lean. Let's start with a baseline state for a value stream currently producing 1,000 units per month, selling at $200 each. That generates $200,000 in revenue. Deducting materials and fixed production costs leaves a 10% profit margin, or $20,000. Next, we introduce a lean intervention. Operations improves physical flow, reduces bottlenecks, and frees up 20% more capacity on the line. Management takes that freed capacity and actively decodes it to fulfill new orders, pushing sales volume to 1,200 units per month. The revenue scales linearly, increasing by 20% to $240,000. But look at the bottom line. Because the fixed production costs remain perfectly stable, the additional revenue falls almost directly to profit, leaping to $36,000. A 20% increase in revenue yields an 80% increase in pure profit. Standard accounting misses this dynamic entirely. Traditional metrics often penalize a company for the initial inventory reductions required to make lean work. A lean management accounting system captures the true exponential value of optimizing operational flow. To fully grasp the importance of this framework, we have to look past the spreadsheets to the philosophy of the entire system. The deep, complex root system represents the daily, unseen, continuous improvement and root cause problem solving happening across the factory floor. The visible tree and its branches represents the company's top-line financial health and strategic, sustained profitability. The lean management accounting system acts as the trunk. It ensures that relevant, reliable information flows upward, translating daily operational efforts into quality decision-making at the top. Ultimately, establishing this rigid connection guarantees that your operational truth remains clearly visible, highly actionable, and mathematically undeniable.